Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and today we are going to be doing a full face of affordable makeup. Lately I've kind of gone to the dark side of it and have been using makeup not really within my price zone. I've just been doing it because it's going viral and trending, so I kind of want to go back to my OGs a bit. These are all affordable products that I've used for ages that never failed me, so I kind of want to start my love again for them. Now, even though I say it's my everyday makeup, it is still quite full. It's not your natural clean girl makeup. I don't think I'll ever be able to do that. So if that's what you're expecting, this one isn't going to be for you. I am going to put all of the products and shades as well in the description, so if you do like anything you see in this video, it's all going to be there. I'm just going to start by clipping my hair out of my face, and now we look like a bald rat. We can get started. My face is washed and moisturised. I've not done any kind of major prep to it, just your standard toner and moisturiser, so I'm going to go straight in with the brows. For brow glue, I always recommend the NYX Cosmetics one, and to be honest, I still use this now, even when I am using my high-end makeup. It is probably one of the best brow glues on the market. I'd say this and the Bare Brows are two of my favourite ones, but this one's just a lot more affordable. It also has this super tiny wand, so you can really get into the hair. So I'm just going to start by brushing all of my brow hairs down and just kind of really coating them with that brow glue. I'm then going to push them up and set them in place. Now, before I actually shape them, I do leave them like that for about a minute or so, so I will go onto the other brow and coat them and do the same on there, and then we can get to shaping. I'm just going to put them into shape with the same spoolie, just going around the brow, and then I'll just do the same thing on the other brow. When that's mostly dried down, I then go in and fill it in my brows. I use the Divinity palette. As you can tell, it is very well used. If you need a neutral palette, I highly recommend this one. And then I do just take a brown shadow and lightly fill in my brows with it. When I say lightly, as you can see, my brow hair is so fine compared to my hair, so it is going to look very dramatic as I put them on, but I promise, trust the process. I do go around and carve them out with concealer afterwards as well, so it doesn't matter if they do get a little bit messy. The reason that I use a shadow instead of a pencil is just because I find it goes on top of the glue a lot easier, and that's the same for any glue as well. It's not just NYX. I just find it just makes it look better, like they just work together better. It's almost like you're setting the glue with the shadow. Now, carving out the brows and doing the eyes are kind of like the same in one for me, so I do go in with the Cloud Coverage Concealer. This is from Pink Honey, and I'm not gonna lie, it has become one of my favourite concealers to use as an all-over concealer, so I can use it anywhere. I don't like having to put products down and use it in different areas. Sometimes you just can't be bothered. I've just got this flat brush today, that's why it's so clean, but none of my other brushes are gonna be this clean in this video. And then with the excess product that's on the brush, I'm just going to drag it down just to refine the tail a bit. And just like that, we've carved out one of the brows. Very quick, very easy. I love that. I do then just blend this out straight away before I move on to the other eye. It's just because it dries down quite quick, so I don't want to have any harsh lines when I go and do it later. And then we just take a moment to remember that eyebrows are meant to be sisters, not twins. Eyebrows are done, lids are prepped, and then I'm going to go in with this is the P. Louise Power Powder in shade Petal. This is actually an under eye brightening powder, but I do just use it for my inner corners on my eyes, just to set that foundation, because it's where I usually crease the most. Not foundation, sorry, concealer, because obviously this is an everyday glam, so I'm not planning on doing a massive eye look. Now we've done that inner corner, we're going to go back to the Divinity palette. I am just going to choose any kind of light neutral shades. So I'm probably going to go with this one right here, and then I'm just going to put it in the outer corners. I tend to just tap it onto the corner, and then I'll go around it with the softer end of the brush and just blend it out. All this is doing is really giving our eyes some depth to them. It's also a perfect way to transition your makeup from day to night, is you can just kind of layer more on the darker that you want it. And it's not overcomplicated, like it's one or two shadows at the most. Then you can just build up that pigment to wherever you want it. And just like that, easy, quick, straightforward. We love to see it, so I'm just gonna do the same on the other eye now. And then the eyeshadow is done, we're gonna move on to liner. As it's just an everyday look, I don't really like to use liquid liner because I can find it quite harsh, so it's perfect for night, not so much for day. So I'm gonna go back in with the same shade that we use for the brows with the same angled brush, and I'm just gonna create just a wing, basically. Don't be scared, they do always look really messy until you clean them up. And I'm just going to use the same brush that we carved out the brows with, and then just going to tap out that concealer line as well. And then we're just going to do the exact same thing but on the other eye. Next up, we're going to move on to mascara. You could use a brown mascara at this point, it would look quite nice and soft, but I do like black mascaras. I'm going to go in with the Rimmel London Thrill Seeker mascara. This is a really nice one for those that like thick lashes like moi. And of course, as always, I will always go in and curl my lashes before putting on any mascara. Also, top tip, if you do like the bottom bottom lashes look, don't actually do them until after you've done your base makeup, then it lasts. I tend to just go over the ends of the mascara again, just because I really like that cat eye effect once the other layers are dry. You get that cat eye without the extra lashes. I love that. Now we're going to move on to the base routine. So starting off strong, this is the NYX Professional Makeup Plump Right Back primer. I'm not gonna lie, this is probably one of my favorite primers to use anyway, let alone when I'm just doing affordable makeup, just because this grips. I've got really oily skin. I'm not gonna lie, when I wear this, nothing comes through and I'll wear it for hours on end. And it's not one of them primers that clogs your pores either. So I don't know how I do it. It's some witchcraft, I'm telling you, but it does it. So I'm gonna continue to use it. As it sets, as you can see, perfect. We're then going to go in with my favourite skin tint. This is the Rimmel Multitasker skin tint, and I wear this all the time. Under stuff, over stuff, on its own. I just think it gives you such a beautiful finish. Someone that does have oily skin tints can be a bit nerve-wracking because sometimes they do come out very shiny, and obviously when you're already shiny, you don't want to be shinier. So, but this just gives a really lovely glow. If you have seen my other videos, you will know that I usually am a sponge girly, but lately I've discovered brushes, and I find it really does keep the coverage of them. So if you are after a more full coverage look, definitely press it in with brushes. I never take this up to my eye as well. I always leave a little gap for the concealer. I just find it helps my under eyes look a lot less cakey. See how that just gave the sheerest coverage that still looks like skin? That's what we want. This is quite buildable as well, so if you did have a couple of blemishes that you didn't pre-conceal like I didn't, you can just go over it again and it doesn't cake. So that's the skin tint on its own, and now we're going to move to contour. As you can see, this stick is loved. This is the Primark contour stick, and this is £3.50. It leaks, pre-warning, but it is lovely on the skin. So I'm just going to do a little bit just to warm up my face, as I haven't got any tan on, so I am feeling pasty. This is really pigmented, so honestly this is all that I'll need. Again, always dabbing, never swiping. If you swipe, you're just instantly going to take off the makeup that's underneath the product that you're applying, so don't swipe. Perfect. So now we're going to go back in with the concealer. I am going to use the Pink Honey one again, but it's because I like really thick full coverage concealer. If you don't want that on your under eyes, a really good recommendation is going to be the Rimmel Multitasker concealer. I've got quite a few of these now because they go on quite thin, but they have a good coverage, so that's definitely a more natural version that I'd recommend if you don't want to try this one. I do just let the under eyes sit for a minute while I blend in the rest, just because I like it to thicken up. Again, doing that dabbing motion. Kind of want to keep this in the same place as well, so not really moving around, more just like tapping in the area that you've put it in. Now to the under eyes. So I start by dragging it up past the eyeliner and then also down to the jowls. Okay, and that's how it's blended. We're going to do this side. So now we're going to go in and we're going to set that under eye concealer first, just because that is usually the first thing to crease. So I'm going to go back in with the same powder that we used before. Dab it in, dab it onto your hand, which is just going to really press that product into your tool, and then I'm going to go in with it. Now for those that are new to baking, at this point you go in and bake once you've set that concealer already, but obviously we're not going to do that just because this is an everyday look. And take a little bit and just set where we've gone over. Now we set our concealer, we can go in and set our bronzer. So this is the NYX Professional Makeup Buttermelt bronzer. I always call it Buttermelt, but it's Buttermelt bronzer. This is again one of my favorites. It smells unbelievable. Honestly, I never knew it smelled so good when it was going viral because no one ever talked about it, but it really does. And then I'm just gonna lightly tap over that bronzer. This is a very pigmented product, so really make sure you're not picking up a lot. You can always add on, but you can never take off. That is set, that is how I want it. So we're gonna go in with some blush. This is actually the Primark Pink blush. It's £1.50. And again, it is one of my favorite blushes ever. Look at that. Another very pigmented one, so do take your time with it. At this point I am going to go in with some setting spray, but we've not done the makeup look. Setting spray isn't just for using it at the end, you can use it all the way through. My usual favourite to use is the Revolution one, and I have absolutely rinsed this to death. I swear it's like there, and it took me almost a year to get through that, I'm not even joking. But I have recently discovered the P. Louise one. It's Ready Set Slay, and I am very impressed by this, so this is my new favourite. I'm just gonna let that set for a second. Very handy to have a fan at this point. Now that that's set, I'm gonna go in with some faux freckles. Again, I've had this for so long, it's actually rubbed it off, but this is the Barry M freckle pen, and again, it's one that I swear by. I actually don't think I own any of the freckle pens. Top tip with this is I always do it in groups of 5, so I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I get my finger and just blend it out. See? Hopefully that picks up on the camera. Adding freckles just makes the skin look natural again. As I said before, I am a bottom lash girly, so I am just gonna go back in with the same mascara and put it on my bottom lashes. I'm then gonna go in with a Lottie London highlighter. I have cross-contaminated this with other makeup, but it's so cute, I just don't care. And I'm just gonna rub that on the high points of my face. So I'm gonna put it on my nose and just gonna put it on this part of my cheek. We don't want white streaks anymore. We're not doing that anymore. See, just like that, just gives you a little pop. And then to be honest, I'm feeling a bit of sparkle, so I'm gonna put a little bit on my lids as well. Another round of setting spray. Gonna add a little bit of lip liner. This one from Petal, but to be honest, I'm not usually fussy about lip liners anyway. And then just some lip oil or gloss. Again, just whatever I have to hand. I've got this lip oil from Petal from one of the Bad Bee Energy. So, okay, and just like that, we're done. This is a full glam everyday makeup look with all affordable products. Let me know if you have any questions and let me know what you want to see next, because I love doing these kind of videos.